Welcome to the unfiltered corner. Pull up a chair, leave the mask at the door. We talk about things they hide. Real talk, real life, nothing brushed aside. It's the unforgettable, yeah. Remember the name? Oh, yeah. We talk about topics, we say what we mean. No games, we keep it real and raw. Let the truth come through. Judgment free zone. This space is for you. Come get comfortable, relax, get loose. Kick off your day, shake off that blues. Welcome to the unfiltered corner. It's true. The unforgettable's here. I'm riding with you. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Unfiltered Corner. I'm your host, The Unforgettable. I apologize. I was live and everybody's like, we can't hear you because I was on my son's phone. So everybody's like, we can't hear you. We can't hear anything. So I was like, fuck. So I had to end my live and start it all over again. Welcome to the Unfiltered Corner. I am your host, The Unforgettable. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope everybody has enjoyed their day. I hope work was great. I hope school was great. Anything you guys endured today, I hope was great. I'm just going to give some time for people to start making their way in here because I lost everybody. I lost everybody because the sound on my son's phone was not working. And I was like, crap. So now I had to like sign in again. I'm like, shit. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope that everybody had a successful day, a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and invite your peoples on here. We talk about great topics, you guys. Sometimes we have some petty topics. Sometimes we have some emotional topics. And sometimes we have some good... Hi, AJ. Oh my God, I lost everybody. I had over like 30 people in here and I don't know what the hell happened, AJ, but it's all good. They'll start making their way in here. People can come and come look at the live. You know what I'm saying? What can we do? I was like in disbelief. In disbelief, you guys. And I'm hoping this charger is not giving me a hard time too. Because like, we don't need that right now. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody hears me because earlier when I went live, nobody can hear me. I'm like, what the hell? Hello, hello, everybody. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's well. But anyways, welcome to the Unfiltered Corner. I'm your host, The Unforgettable. Putting the charger right in there. There you go. You got it working. Tonight we're going to talk about, thank you, I appreciate you. Tonight we're going to talk about turning pain into power, you guys, all right? Pain is something everybody tries to avoid, but sometimes pain is the very thing that transforms you, you guys. You guys ever come across the people, like, you ever come across strong, successful people and people that are really good in life? They probably had the hardest lives and you don't even know it. All right. That's what we're talking about today. Pain could either break you or transform you. Right. The moments that broke you are often the moments that build the strongest version of you. Hello. How are you? From Arecibo. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Look at this. The message was retracted. They say hi, and they say they are from Arecibo and they're gone. My day as well. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Remember, subscribe, like, share, and invite your peoples here because we're going to have conversation. Today, I'm more of a naturalist. I have my fro going. I have no lashes on today, no lipstick, no nothing. Today, we're going natural, you guys. But anyways, the moments that broke you are often the moments that build the strongest version of you, right? Some of the strongest people that you will ever meet didn't have easy lives. I'll give you an example. My mother. She was a very strong woman, okay? She had a fucked up life. Growing up, my mother had, you know, she had a mother that didn't care for her. She chose men over her children all the time. My mother was raising her siblings at a young age. My mother was like the age of 5, looking after her siblings that were probably like 4 and 3, like that. The mother would kick her outside to hang out with men in her house and have them outside in the rain. And my mother at the age of 5 had to play mommy. Okay. Hi, Denise. How are you, baby girl? I hope your eye is doing well. So she would like throw my mother out. Okay. She would throw my mother outside at the age of 5 with 2 younger siblings. Okay. Hi, La Jefa, baby girl. How are you? And she would throw her outside and she would be under the house. So back in Puerto Rico, the houses before, like when you were poor, right? You have a hard time growing up, right? Like, you know, when you were poor, the houses like had a space on the bottom because they were built on little stilts and shit. And she would kick them out outside so she can be with a man, you know, and kick my mother outside with her siblings. And my mother would go under the house, okay, and lay there and huddle with her siblings in the rain, no shoes, no blankets, no nothing, to keep her siblings warm, okay? My mother had that lifestyle growing up, okay? And then had a dad that would choose his women over his children as well. And the times that she did live with the women and her dad, the women would abuse her siblings and she would have to consistently fight, okay? So the strongest people that you will ever meet didn't have easy lives. They had fucked up lives, okay? And my mother was a woman that was very strong, okay? And she continued to have this fucked up life. Like she wanted to, you know, move on with her life. And my mother ended up meeting a man, okay? Which is my 3 older siblings' dad, okay? Hi, Sarah girl. How are you? And my mother, you know, she ended up like leaving home early, like very, very young age, okay? And then she ended up getting with she got with a man, which is my 3 older siblings' father. And then she ended up being in an abusive relationship. He would beat on her. She couldn't come outside. He could do whatever he wants. He would beat on her. He would like rape her, like do whatever he wanted and didn't take care of his children. So my mother dealt with that. Okay. When she finally moved with her children, she met my dad. My dad was not an easy person growing up. She met my dad. He was okay at the beginning. He was young, but then he was ignorant. And on top of that, he was a drug user. Okay. So she had to deal with a person that was a drug user. My mother had a fucked up life. Okay. But she was one of the strongest people that I would ever know. Okay. Because she didn't have an easy life. And that's what we're going to get to the conversation going and rolling about that shit today. Because it's true. You ever sat with somebody and talked to them and be like, they're so strong. You see this person, they're very fucking strong. And you're like, oh my God. And then when they start to talk to you about their background, that shit breaks you. Like, oh my God, this person has transformed into a good person, a strong person, this type of person, because they had a fucked up life growing up. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with people like that. I've met people like that. I've met strangers like that they're open to talk to me about what they went through in their life. Okay. Now, they learned how to turn their wounds and their hard situations and their battles in their life into wisdom. Okay. And it's truth. Because my mom decided to use all her wounds that she had growing up. She used them as wisdom to survive and push forward and move forward in life and be a better mom that she didn't have. And, you know, play both roles as mom and dad. And she went to school. She got her GED. She became a CNA and, she had goals, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I admired my mother so much. May she rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? She turned those wounds into wisdom and used them further on the line in her life. I mean, some people, when they go through pain, they sit in their pain. Okay, you guys? And they suffer and they go through some shit. Find all the U and the T. Find all the U and the T. What do you mean by that? Jean. Find all the U and the T. They learn how to turn wounds into wisdom. And like that shit was hard. Like my aunt, my mother's sister is the one that tells me all the stories of her growing up and what they went through everything like that. She's the one that explained to me those things, and that broke me. You know what I'm saying? It broke me, but it's true. Even me, I took some wounds that I've been dealt in life with, like all the wounds that I had growing up, and I try to use them as wisdom. Any generational curses, I broke them. Like, I didn't want to bring them along. I mean, sometimes some slip, right? Some slip and continue, and you bring them with you in your children's life, but you try to cut them all off, okay? But it made me the strong person I am today. It's in all the why. The reality of pain. We're going to talk to you guys about the reality of pain. We're going to acknowledge the hard truth, okay, you guys? Pain is unavoidable in life. It's true. Pain is unavoidable in life. You will go through pain. You will go through struggle. You will go through some things in life, and it's unavoidable. Not everybody's life is not peaches and cream. Everybody's life is not dandy. It's not beautiful. Everybody has had their own set of trauma or their own set of wounds and pain they've been through in their life. Everybody has different stories, right? Everybody brings different stories to the table, okay? Loss, betrayal, heartbreak, disappointment, and failure. The reality of pain. Loss, when you lose somebody, whether it be somebody that's alive that you just lost, you broke a relationship, a marriage that broke apart, betrayal, people that have betrayed you, that's loss, and they're still alive. Heartbreak, spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, significant others that have caused heartbreak in you. And heartbreak that comes from your children, because I've seen children break their parents' hearts. Okay, that's considered loss. Okay, heartbreak, because the children, they break your heart too. There's children that don't respect their parents. That causes heartbreak on parents. Okay, disappointment. When you're disappointed, you expect from people certain things and they disappoint you, or disappointment just with life in general. Anything that we have faced, whether it's with school, with jobs, anything. Okay, and failure. When you fail to succeed, you know. You got to back, like Aaliyah says, you know, back. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You remember that song, you guys? You hit failure. Everybody hits failure in life at some point in some aspect in their life. You just got to get up, okay? But these are the reality of pain. Sometimes things happen that feel unfair. I know a lot of my viewers feel this way because I've lived life where I feel like some things have been unfair in my life. Okay? It could be whatever it is. I've been through some situations in my life that I'm like, why? This is unfair. Why do I have to go through this? Why did I go through this? Can you say empanadas? Empanadas? Oh my God. Empanadas. But yeah. Sometimes things happen that feel unfair, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I've been through some shit. I'm like questioning myself, like, what the fuck? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to deal with this? Why? You start to ask yourself these things because life can be very unfair, more to some than others. Okay. A tongue has no bones, but strong enough to break a heart. Absolutely, Denise. I agree. Denise says a tongue has no bones, but strong enough. And the Bible speaks about that. The tongue is strong. When you say things to people that are hurtful and mean, you can't take that shit back. You already said it. It's true what Denise says. All right. Pain can either break you or it can shape you. It can transform you. Any pain you've been through in life, it can shape you, transform you, it can break you down. Break you or shape you. Okay? Some people are not lucky. Some people end up, they end up broken because of pain. They end up the sharpest weapon. Absolutely, Denise. I agree. The tongue is the sharpest weapon in life. Okay? I've come across people that pain. So I'll give you an example. I explained to you guys earlier, my dad, when my mother met him, he was a drug addict and he had a lot of addiction, while I was growing up. And that was his way of coping with pain. You have a beautiful voice. God bless you, ma'am. Have a wonderful morning. Thank you so much, Matt. My prod. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. It's actually evening over here. It's actually I'll tell you what time is it over here. I don't know where you're located, but I'll tell you right now what time is it over. It's 7:50 p.m. over here. I don't know where you're at, but it's 7:50 p.m. over here. But you have a wonderful morning, and I'll have a wonderful evening. Thank you. You know, my dad, the way he chose to deal with his pain and his suffering and any wound because he lost his mother at a young age. My dad lost his mother at the age of 13 to cancer. And then he had a dad that would choose wives over his children and then took over his mother's house and sold everything in it and then left his kids homeless. So like the way he decided to deal with pain was with drug use, okay? And just being in the predicaments he was in, you know, in his life. So that's why it says it can either break you or shape you, okay? I've come across people that pain and suffering, what it has done to them, it has broken them to the point they become homeless, they become alcoholics, they become drug users, they become a little bit of everything. They're not shaping. They don't get into shape. Absolutely not. What it does is it broke them. That's why it says pain can either break you or shape you, okay? In the moment, it feels like destruction, you guys. Act or react. Absolutely, Denise. Act or react. In the moment, it feels like destruction, but later it can become transformation, you guys. Pain can feel like destruction in the moment. Feels like you're falling apart. And you can't deal with life, okay? It can feel like it's just destroying you as a person. But later on, it could be transformation. You probably will become the best version of you that you never thought would come out of you. Okay? Now we're going to talk about the breaking point, you guys, okay? We're going to talk about where people hit the rock bottom. I've spoken about rock bottom, but this is part of the rock bottom. Okay? The moment people hit rock bottom, I'm going to give you examples. Losing someone. Some people hit rock bottom because they lose somebody, okay? It's not easy losing a loved one or somebody you were attached to. A relationship ending. Let it be a marriage of many years. Let it be, you know, a friendship of many years or a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. Being betrayed by friends. That'll make people hit emotionally rock bottom, okay? Because I've come across people in life that have been betrayed so fucked up by friends. And it's sad, bro. Because like they trusted these people. I've seen friends who slept with their friends' husbands and boyfriends, like that type of deal, stolen from them. Spoke about them, just being betrayed in general. I've come across people like that. And that's not easy task to take on in life. That's not an easy, that hurts. I've met friends that their family members have slept with their husbands and their boyfriends and shit like that, or their wives and their girlfriends. That's sad, bro. That'll break a person. It'll break a person in whole. Another breaking point, right, is burnout or mental exhaustion. Being mentally exhausted and just feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, like you can't do it anymore. Failing at something important. You ever put yourself to the test when it comes to a job that's very important to you, or a school that you're trying to get into, or anything that's important to you, and you fail at it? That's breaking points for a person. Because they feel like a failure. They feel like they can't do anything. Okay? That's the moment when you realize, I can't keep living the same way. You start to realize, I can't continue to live like this. I can't continue to move forward like this. I can't keep on carrying this burden. I can't continue to to move on with my life with this. I can't do it. That's the moment when you realize it, right? And we're going to talk about the shift. This is where the pain starts to turn into power. It becomes powerful because it's a fuel. It's going to push you forward. All right. We're going to talk about the mindset change. Okay. The pain that you go through and the things you've gone through, anything you're going through now or what you have gone through, it's going to force reflection, to reflect within yourself, to work on yourself. Okay? To work on things you need to acquire to move forward in life, to reflect what areas you need to work on yourself. So that way you can succeed in life and be powerful and move forward. Okay? It makes you ask deeper questions. It pushes you. Pain pushes you to rebuild yourself. And again, I said earlier, not everybody's pain will help them rebuild themselves. Some people get stuck in addiction, depressed, or in other mental health states. Not everybody will rebuild themselves or push themselves to rebuild themselves, right? First example is setting boundaries. I've always spoken about boundaries. Boundaries are always important. You got to start to choose healthier relationships. Okay? You got to start focusing on self-growth, on how to grow yourself. You got to start focusing on you. You got to start letting go of people or habits that hurt you. You got to start letting go of that shit. Any habit that's hurting you, that is not helping you move forward and rebuild and work on yourself and for your growth, it's not good for your growth, you need to let it go. Any people like that, you need to let it go. But let it be relationships and friendships, okay? If it's not helping you and it's hurting you more than it's helping you, you need to let that go. Okay? Pain becomes fuel, becomes your gas, basically, okay? Instead of a prison. Some people will stay in that prison because of pain. Some people will stay stuck, stagnant in life because of pain that they've been through and because of trauma and things that they have been through. And they get imprisoned, not only mentally, but their body follows, okay? But for some people, it becomes a fuel to help them to move forward in life, to succeed, to become successful, to go get that job, to try to get into that school, to study, to get a career. Pushes them. It becomes a fuel, you guys, okay? And we're going to talk about the hidden lessons in pain, okay? I'm going to break it down to you guys what pain can teach you guys, okay? And these are possible lessons, okay? It teaches you who truly supports you. Pain teaches you who truly supports you, okay? Who really has your back? Who's really there for you? Who really is going to help you get up and push you forward? Who's going to be there when times are rough? Pain is truly going to show you who those people are that support you, okay? Pain is also going to truly teach you your own strength, what you're capable of doing. It's going to show you how strong you are, how motivated you are. Pain doesn't go away. It just transforms into many forms within each person, depending how they cope. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. That's a great point. Or how they choose to channel it over time. Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. I agree with that. I agree with what Matt says. Absolutely. Like I said earlier, people transform into different forms. Some people will choose addiction, alcoholism. They will choose different ways of dealing with their pain. It's different for everybody. Absolutely. I agree. That's a good point. Pain can teach people what they deserve. It'll teach you what you deserve. Nothing more, nothing less. What you deserve, the best. You deserve the best. It can teach you what you will never tolerate again from others. Fucking lessons learned, huh? It'll teach you your worth, what you're not going to deal with anymore moving forward. And what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. But especially what you will not tolerate further down the line. Okay? It will teach you how resilient you actually are. That's a good one. Pain will teach you how resilient you are. That you won't give up. That you're going to push yourself. How strong you are. Sometimes pain clears the path for a stronger life. It's not going to be easy, but it'll clear a path for a stronger life. It's going to mold you into the person you will become further down the line. Depends what you choose, like Matt said. Not everybody tolerates pain or deals with pain the same. Or trauma. Or wounds. A lot of people don't deal with it the same. Okay? Now we're going to talk about rebuilding yourself. Okay? We're going to talk about the process of growth after the pain. And these are the steps. Self-reflection. You start to look within yourself and work on those little areas that you need work on. And start to better the ones that you already have worked on. More self-awareness. The process of growth after pain, you start to heal emotionally. I feel like you heal emotionally and mentally. I think you heal in all aspects. Okay? You start to take responsibility for your own growth. This is what the process of growth after pain looks like. These are the steps. You start to take responsibility for your own growth. Fuck the rest. Fuck everything that happened in the past. Fuck everything that's happened to you. Now you take responsibility of what you got to do for you to move forward in life after whatever you've been through. You start to find a purpose in the experience. And this is truth, you guys. Before, I used to be like, damn, why did I have to go through this? Why did I go through that? And then you start to find purpose within it. Like all this had to happen. You start to think, all this had to happen so I can be here today. All this had to happen so I can get this job. All this have to happen so I can move forward in life. So I can be a better person in life. So I can do this, that, and the third. You start to experience, finding purpose in the experience. And to see it positive with time. Okay? People become more confident after they deal with pain in their life. And they become wiser. Wisdom is key in life. With wisdom and knowledge, you could fucking soar the stars with that shit. Wisdom is beautiful. Wisdom is needed in life. And knowledge. Okay? You start to become more self-aware after the difficult experiences that you've dealt with in your life and you would dealt with the deck of cards you would dealt with in life. Self-aware after that. So now you know how to move around in life. You start to understand. It's almost like chess and checkers, like that. You know how to, with all the difficulties that you have experienced in your life and all the pain and the suffering and everything you've been through, you start to know how to move your next moves. Like what move you're going to move next later down the line. Self-aware. Now you know what caused your pains and all this stuff. You don't want to put yourself in that predicament again. So you start to be self-aware, your surroundings, who you're surrounding yourself with, who you're with in relationship. You start to keep an eye out for these things. You become very observant, which is a good thing. You make wiser decisions in your life. You make better decisions, wiser decisions. You start to acquire knowledge, okay? I just want to let y'all know, right? Your pain does not define you, okay? Your story is still being written. Just because chapters were closed before, from all the shit you've been through in your life, and those chapters have closed, people have been removed from your life, and, you know, and people left your side, and those chapters are done, doesn't mean your story is done being written. Those are things. Some of them are lessons learned. Some of them are experience to gain wisdom. Some are experiences to gain knowledge. Your story's not done. And it's still being written. You still got time. Because we got to understand, our life is not going to have always positive things going on. We're always going to go through the difficult times. That's normal in a life. You know, you'll go through the good, you'll go through the bad. That's normal. But now, since you experienced all that before, now you will know how to deal with other things further down the line and how to handle those situations. Difficult moments can become the foundation, okay, of your strength. Difficult moments can become the foundations of your strengths. Those difficult moments is what are going to be your motivation. It's going to motivate you to move forward. It's going to motivate you to take that leap for that job. It's going to motivate you to take that leap for that school. It's going to motivate you just to push forward, not backwards. Imagine that's going to become the foundation of your strength. And you won't realize how strong you are till those difficult moments. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize how strong I was till I hit a lot of difficulties in my life. And it's not going to be perfect. Like I said, nobody's life is perfect. You go through the good and the bad. But it's those difficult moments that make you the strongest. And for those of you that believe in God here, because I know some people believe in God, they have different religions. If you believe in God, you know, God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. You guys ever heard of that? He knows we're strong. We can handle it. And there's always, how can I say this? I'm trying to find a good word. There's always a solution for everything but death. You can't come back from death. Once you die out, you're done. You're on the grave or in an urn somewhere. I've always said there's always a solution for everything but death in life. Okay? There's a solution for everything you're going through. And there's a reason and a purpose for it. Okay? I'm going to encourage you guys to reflect on what you guys survived. Reflect on that. I reflect on that all the fucking time. This is my thinking cap. So I'm so glad I can go live on my phone now, because before I had to be upstairs. It was a little bit more distracting on the computer. I had my children coming in and out of the room and stuff like that, and just too much noise in the background and doors and laughing and everything. When I come into this thinking capsule, I sit down here and I reflect on the things I've had survived and the things I've been through. And there's times I cry here because I can't believe I went through those things. And I'm in deep thought in my vehicle, just thinking about it. Because trust me, I'm human. Like you guys are human. I question, why did I have to go through that? Or why am I currently going through that? I question these things. And I look at these experiences I've had. Not only do I question it, but then when I'm here by myself, I'm angry sometimes. Yes, Denise, it's getting beautiful outside. Absolutely. I get angry sometimes because we're human, about things that I think about when I'm here, when I'm reflecting on things I've survived in my life. I get angry, I get sad, I cry. But then I start to reflect on, wow, I went through all this, but look at where I'm at today. You know where I'm coming from, you guys? I'm encouraging you guys to recognize your resilience. I feel accepting your own self through pain is very important. It's an inward emotion, sort of like you giving your own self a good hug. Absolutely. And tapping, and right, a tap on your back and saying, I'm accepting myself, help channel it outward positively. Absolutely. I so agree with that. See, I love listening to you guys when you guys are giving me all this stuff. And you know why? I always tell my listeners, like when you come on here, I like learning from you guys. When you guys share your experiences with me or the way you feel about these topics, I like listening because I learn from you guys and you guys learn from me. We're both learning together. And I like that. I agree with what you're saying. So Matt says, I feel accepting your own self through pain is very important. It's an inward emotion, sort of like you giving your own self a good hug. Okay. And saying, I'm accepting myself, help channel it outward positively. Yeah, you got to help yourself. You got to work on you. For you to be able to function, you got to work on you so you're good and positive to others around you. You channel it out positively to others. You can't do that if you're not working on you. Okay? You can't do that. That's great. That's a great point. I agree. Positive acceptance is a beautiful thing. Yes. And when you do a positive acceptance with yourself, then you start to be positive to those around you and you're a better person to those around you. If you're not good within yourself, you can't be good outside either. I like that. I like that point. Right, Laura? That's a great point. You recognize your resilience, how strong you are, how motivated you are. Yes, dump negativity. I agree, Laura. It's great. I like that point. I'm going to encourage you guys to use your experiences as motivation. Listen, I'm going to talk to you guys, right? Because I have people here that know me, that have met me, that talk to me, right? And I have people that don't know me, that are watching me, okay? I have used my experiences as motivation. When I struggled financially back then, and nobody would give me a helping hand, the only one that would was my mother. She passed away. And I knew I couldn't count on anybody. And I was pushing. That motivated me to be a go-getter. That I don't have to depend on nobody. That I don't have to depend on anybody. That motivated me. Your experiences can motivate you, just like it did with me. Nobody helped me with my children. Wherever I went, my children were. I mean, once in a while, my mother would watch them, but I had my children all the time. So I felt a big load, you guys. But I used that as motivation. Okay, I brought these kids to this world. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to push forward, and I can do this. You live and learn. Absolutely, Laura. The things that people made you go through and what you went through, it's what's going to help motivate you to become and get shit done, to be on top of your game. I'm going to tell you something. As a young girl, I was molested, okay? And that wound that I had from when I was younger, you know what it motivated me to do, you guys? It motivated me to always keep my children next to me and protect them and never leave them with anybody. Always have them with me. The only one that watched over my children was my mother when she did. Well, I had to be at a hospital or something. It motivated me to be a great mother, a protective mother. Now, I can also say, absolutely, Denise, motivation is positivity. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. Now I can say, when I was growing up, my father was a drug addict. That was a wound I dealt with growing up because he wasn't there. I was trying to be motivated, right? And then I told you guys, I became an addict. Not because of choice. I had surgeries that they gave me medications, and then I became a drug addict. So now I was walking in his shoes. I did not stop being a mother. I did not lose my place. I was never homeless because of that, right? But still, I ended up in addiction. That's how I dealt with my problems. So I picked up the habit. But then I started to have self-awareness, and I'm like, no, I can't be like this. I already dealt like this with these things when I was younger with my dad. And I have children. I have to break generational curses, bro. So that motivated me to become drug-free. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't do anything. I was addicted to pain pills. Okay? That shit motivated me. Use your experiences as motivation. Anything you went through, and I know it's not easy because I just explained to you guys right now what happened to me. Okay? Being in hard relationships, use that as motivation as well. To never tolerate shit with people and be with good people, better people, and put boundaries and be around good people. Same thing with friendships. Okay? Pain may knock you down, but it doesn't get to decide who you become, you guys. Pain, that shit will slap you left and right. That shit will drag you. That shit will drown you. That shit will overwhelm you. That shit will drain you. Pain will drain you. It will fucking drag you till there's nothing left of you. But your pain doesn't get to decide who you become. You decide it. You decide if you're going to take this pain and let it push you forward. You're going to shelf it somewhere and say, I'm not going to let this determine who I become and what I'm going to do in life. And you're going to become determined to get out of that. Okay? And you can become a better person. I had a friend who she had a fucked up life. And when I say she's an amazing mother, amazing wife, a fucking go-getter, she's a fucking hard worker. Mom and dad were never there. She didn't have a good life growing up. But this woman at a young age became very independent. That motivated her, her pain, her suffering, and everything she went through when she was younger. It motivated her to be a go-getter, go work hard for what you want and do what you got to do to move forward in life. And she became just that. And her pain motivated her to be an excellent mother to her children. Because I experienced watching her kids and watching the way she was with her children and how much she did for her children and her husband. She had abandonment issues with the parents, but she never brought that in further down the line. excellent mother, excellent hard worker. The woman's a go-getter. Imagine working full time and going to school as an adult with 2 children, one of them an autistic child. And this woman went to school. She worked for the airport for JetBlue. Okay, inside the airport. And then she started going to school as she was a full-time worker. She was a mother and a wife. She had so much going on. And what she ended up doing was becoming an airplane mechanic, you guys. Look at that. Fucking go-getter. I love her for that. I love her. I love her as a person. She didn't let her pain determine who she become. Airplane mechanic, wonderful mother, everything. I'm so proud of her. See, she didn't have to work at JetBlue anymore. Like, she didn't have to work as, inside the airport anymore. Now she's an airplane mechanic. She makes that money. And she's fucking drop dead gorgeous, you guys. When I tell you this lady looks amazing, beautiful body, beautiful hair, beautiful teeth, beautiful smile. I'm like, she's the whole fucking package, you guys. She's smart. She's wise. She's knowledgeable. She's gorgeous inside and out because she has a wonderful heart. She's a wonderful mother. She's the whole fucking package. I admired this woman. I admire her. She didn't let her pain determine who she became today. And sometimes when I have conversations with my children, right, I always use her as reference. I'm like, look at her. She is the perfect example. I'm so proud of her. And every time I see her, I'm like so amazed. Because I can never be that friend that's a hater. I can never be that friend that I'm like, oh my God, like envious. No, I love what she has done with her life. I love how she is. And I'm proud of her. She's amazing. She's a person I look up to for that. So whenever I feel like I'm going to give up because of my pain, I'm like, how can I do this? Look at this one. She did it. I can do it too. I can do it too. That's the most wonderful thing. Seeing strong people around you too, that you're friends with and you're associated with, they will motivate you too. Seeing what my mother went through, that motivated me too. She's a strong mother. Yes, Denise, positive reaction. She is proud. I'm so proud of her. When I have conversation with my children, I always mention her. I was like, listen, your past and whatever you've been through will not determine who you will become. I always tell them all the time that shit. And I use her as the example. What you do with it, that's where your power is. So I'm going to repeat it again. Pain may knock you down, but it doesn't get to decide who you become. What you do with it, that's where your power is. And I believe that absolutely. Some of my best ladies went through some shit, but are successful, powerful women today. Absolutely. La Jefa. Listen, I got people here watching right now. La Jefa, Denise, all these women have shared, because this is a judgment-free zone. These women, I give them a safe space, and men too. I've had men come in here and I give them a safe space. I don't want people shitting on my people in here. When we speak about this shit, like deep thoughts like this and deep things like this, and we talk about it, I love to listen to them speak about their hard times in their life and what they have become. I admire them too. They've been through some shit. I love hearing the stories. Denise knows we like listening to Laura's stories too. And I like listening to Denise's as well. And there's multiple people that come in here that talk about their story. And that right there, when I look up to people like that, because they're strong women and strong men when they come in here, then I start to realize, damn, my life is not that bad. People been through some worse shit than I have. And look at them. They're successful. They're doing right in life. They're great parents, great spouses, great girlfriends, boyfriends. You know? Live powerful women. Live powerful men. Inspiring. Absolutely. I see plenty of them on my live sometimes talking about that stuff and what they've been through. And I'm amazed. Makes me ashamed. I'm like, damn, I'm complaining about this. And then look at what these women have or this man has been through. And I'm complaining. And look at what they've become. Look how wonderful they are, these people. They're amazing people. I like having people like that around me because I learn from them. I learn from you guys. And it motivates me. It motivates me. I'm like, damn, I've been through some shit, but it ain't nothing close to what they're telling me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been through some hard shit because everybody has their own way of going through shit in life while they grow up and shit like that. And even currently now, people going through some shit now. It could all be worse, I say to myself. When I listen to people's stories and they share it, I'm like, damn, I respect it and I respect them. Love Laura's stories and seeing where she is now. Absolutely, Denise. Doesn't she tell us the most craziest stories and the funniest stories? She's fucking amazing. Laura's amazing. There's times we're here live and she goes live on her Facebook and she's talking about her stories, what she's been through and the things she's dealt with. And you know what I love about Laura? That Laura can sit there and talk about these stories and just laugh it off. Although they were painful back then and hurtful and just crazy and just chaotic, she fucking laughs when she tells us these stories. And she smiles and makes jokes out of it. You know what I'm saying? And she's become an absolute wonderful person. I love how she is. And Denise herself here has told me shit like on our lives. Humans are complex individually, but together we're all experiencing unique, different, yet similar experiences that bring out varying emotions we go through that we can share and talk about. Absolutely, Matt. I agree with that. Matt says humans are complex individually, but together we're all experiencing unique, different, yet similar experiences that bring out varying emotions we go through that we can share and talk about. I love it. I love when people are here on my lives and we're having conversation and they tell me stories. We talk about shit. I love that shit. I love you guys. I love you too, Laura. I love everybody up in here. I love listening to you guys. And you're right, Matt. We all learn together. Not separate. We learn together. We push each other. We motivate each other. I'll sit here and watch this shit. And I'm like, damn, I thought I went through it. This person fucking been through some shit. You know? And then I see what they're doing now with their lives. And I'm like, I'm so proud of this person. I'm so proud. Look at me complaining. And I'm so proud of this person. That's how I see it. You're right, Matt. We got to do this together. Because everybody goes through some way, shape, or form of pain, or they've been through some pain or some trauma or some experience in their lives. And to this day, people go through that shit. But it's the way you handle it. It's what's going to determine who you become. The way you decide to move forward. You're going to let it motivate you or you're going to let it break you. That's where that's the end of it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to let it motivate you or you're going to let it break you? You're going to let your past trauma, your pain, your suffering, your wounds, whatever you're going through today from the past now, are you going to let it break you or are you going to let it make you and transform you into the person you're supposed to become? You're going to let it mold you into something better. Absolutely. I agree with that. It's up to you. I mean, not everybody has the same mindset. You know, I'll give you an example. My little brother, the pain he experienced in life and any traumas that were not addressed. Because remember, us growing up, it was all taboo. It was really parents didn't think that you needed therapy and all this shit. And a lot of things went, undiagnosed, and a lot of things went without being taken care of, okay? And the way he dealt with his trauma and his pain was he turned to drugs. My little brother, the youngest of all 6 of us. And he's dealt on and off with drugs, and I've helped him. I'm thankfully, right? Because I have people, I didn't give him my back because I've always supported him. But recently I had to kind of give him tough love and kind of like stay away because I couldn't function. Okay. I couldn't I was making myself sick. Okay, you guys? And I had to get strong. My friends work with the homeless and they work with the drug addicts and all this stuff. So they informed me, and she told me that he's in a program. He's been still doing well, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's doing well now. And I pray to God he continues to do that. But the way he chose to deal with his trauma was addiction, the partying and the addiction. God didn't put us here to fail. Absolutely not. That's a great point, Denise. Denise says God didn't put us here to fail. We all have a purpose. He's still writing our story. It's up to us. Are we going to take these experiences and let us not move forward and let us just, drown in our miseries and our sadness? Or are we going to use this and let God mold us into the people he wants us to become? To imagine us as humans who have felt emotions, pain to an extent of destruction. Oh, yes. We've all been in that moment, destruction, in destruction. That history talks about and love to an extreme that we celebrate and cherish about. Fascinating, isn't it? Yes. Yes, you're right. The destruction. Oh my God. We have all. I think everybody that's in my chat right now, raise your hand. Hello, Branny. How are you, baby girl? Raise your hand if you have hit destruction at some point in your life because of your past, your pain, your hurt, or what you're currently going through. Everybody has felt that. We've dealt with that shit. I can raise my hand. I've dealt with that shit. I felt destruction. I fucking fell apart, crumbled up like a cookie. I've fallen apart. We have all fallen apart, bro, at some point in our life. Because it's not easy. We've all been there. But like Matt says right here, further down the line, we cherish these things and we celebrate. Very not every sorry. Eyes are adjusting. It's okay, Denise. We understood what you meant. We've all been there, you guys. We've all been there in that lowest point in our lives, bro. Especially after some hard times. And I can speak for myself. I don't know about everybody here, but like before, I used to let my past trauma and my past experience and my wounds fucking destroy me as a person and victimize myself. And I would sit there in my misery and I would sit there in my pain and I would sit there and not fucking be motivated at all. I sat there. I've sat in that same chair. I've been that. I let it victimize me at a certain point in my life. My past trauma and pain, I sat there. And I was letting it eat me up as a person. And I felt I couldn't accomplish anything in life. Because it was always poor me, my past, poor me. No, fuck that. I decided one day to fucking stand up and say, I'm not going to be on this poor me mentality anymore. That's what I wanted to do, destroy, but we fight back. Absolutely, Denise. I woke up one day and I said, fuck this. I'm not going to let these experiences I've had in my life, negative experiences, fucking determine who I become. You become miserable. I'm not going to do that. So I decided to stand on 10 toes and say, I'm going to fucking stand up. I'm going to start fucking working on myself. I'm going to start moving forward. I'm going to start seeing positive things in life. I'm going to be a great mother. I motivated myself to do that. It took time because that mentality stuck there. Oh, poor me. Oh my God, I've been through so much shit. Oh my God. No. Fuck that. Today we all say here, fuck that. Fuck that mentality. Fuck that pain. And excuse my French, right? My little cursing. I could say it in Spanish for you guys. Today we go and say, fuck that. If anybody's going through that shit right now, fuck it. Say, fuck that. I'm not going to put myself through that. Get rid of that poor me, I've been through some shit mentality. Because if not, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stagnant. You're not going to be able to do anything with your life. Whether it's with your career, with your children, with anything. You're not going to be able. And then you know what you're going to do if you stay with that mentality? You're going to pass that shit right along to your children. Not only are you going to drag your fucking generational curses and all the shit you've been through, that trauma, you're going to pass it along to your children. And you're going to overwhelm your girlfriends and your boyfriends and your spouses with that shit. You're going to probably end up single because of that. You're going to pass it on to your children. And that's one thing, a big, big thing that motivated me to get out of that fucking mentality was my children. Because I said, they didn't ask to come here, but yet they are here. Their eggs fought 40 other million eggs to be here. That was a joke, but you know what I'm saying? Their egg or sperm or whatever you want to call it, fought, to get here, to be here on the earth. They didn't choose to be here. I decided to bring them into the world. And they don't deserve having a miserable mother with that poor me mentality. And that mentality of being stuck in my pain and my misery from my past. And that mentality of every time I go through some shit, I'm going to be with that poor me mentality. I said, they don't deserve this shit. I want my kids to be resilient. I want them to be strong, and I want them to stand firm. I want them to build a foundation right under them. I want them to be better people. I don't want them to grow up like this. They're the ones that motivated me to do that. So I woke up and I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And trust me, I've been through some shit. Like I tell you guys, this is my thinking capsule. So whenever I have emotions and I have shit going on, you know where I come, you guys? I come down here into my vehicle and I let go of my emotions. I have my talks with God. I talk with you guys. I, sit here in silence. I cry if I have to, go through my shit. And then I dust myself off. I wipe my fucking tears. I get over it. Then I make my way right back upstairs like nothing happened. Because my children don't deserve for me to be doing that shit to them. Because when they are older and they do their lives with their spouses, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, and they have children, they're going to end up doing the same thing. And I don't want my kids to do that. Yes, you got to heal and move away from past trauma and live for your present and future experiences. Absolutely, La Jefa. That's exactly what I'm saying. My children motivated me to not do that, to bring it into their lives. And trust me, I have let a few generational curses kind of like slip in, but my self-awareness has gotten me to the point of apologizing to my children and saying I'm sorry and telling them, listen, I've been through this and I'm sorry. And I'm not going to do this again. See, it makes you work on yourself too. And your children become understanding humans and they become better humans. I find you in your thinking capsule from time to time. Absolutely, La Jefa. I be saying in here, this is my thinking capsule. If I want to have a nervous breakdown, if I want to cry, I'm going to do it in my vehicle. If I want to have some shit go on, if I want to have some emotions, if I want to go through some shit, I'm going to sit right here and I'm going to do it right here. Because I can't be doing that shit all the time in front of my children. See, my mother, she went through nervous breakdowns. She went through emotions. She went through some feelings. She went through some shit. And a lot of this shit she did in front of us. Okay? She did these things right in front of us. My mother. And that affected me. And I saw things. Listen to this, you guys. I saw things growing up as a child that I should have never saw. And then I felt PTSD. I had to sit with tears not too long ago when my children say, listen, I'm sorry that these certain emotions I've shown in front of you guys, I suffer PTSD. I've been through some shit, but I'm going to change that because you guys are not at fault. This is true. My children are not at fault for what I've been through. And I need to, become better. We decided to bring them here, and it's our responsibility to show them the best world possible that we could have individually have. But combined, we give it to our kids. Absolutely, Matt. I'm trying to figure out how to say your name, Matt. Matt Meister Prod. Prod. Are you a male or a female? I'm sorry, I can't see your picture. I can't see your picture. Matt Meister Prod. 0.1968. You know, you're right.
Phone's your phone?
No, I'm on live. I'm Matthew. Hi, Matthew. I'm Jennifer, the Unforgettable, known as the Unforgettable. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your input. I love input from everybody, from males and females. We're not sexist here. Production Matt. You're a producer or something? Because it says product 1968. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be nosy and like throw you under the bus here in my live. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure it out, Matt. Welcome, Production Matt. Absolutely. Let's welcome Production Matt. Absolutely. So his name is Matthew, and he's a male. We're not sexist here. We all talk about, listen, I have some shows that it's talking about males and females, like, you know, like different perspectives, and it's wonderful. We have all these conversations in here, and we talk about it. I want everybody in my chat, not only, thank you. First of all, I want to thank everybody in my chat for welcoming Matthew here, for being here. Also, I want everybody in my chat to say what state they're from. I'm from Massachusetts. Are you a producer, Matt Meister? Yeah, where is everybody from? Everybody throw your state in the chat. I'm from Massachusetts. I've met people from Tasmania. La Jefa is in Puerto Rico. Yep. I've met people from Tasmania. I think it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's one of my people in my chat. Like, this is wonderful. From Mass, now New Hampshire. Absolutely. See, I knew it was Brenny. Tasmania, Australia, the island under Australia, but I'm from Ireland. Oh, this is wonderful. You see, we have somebody from Tasmania here, Australia. This is wonderful. Isn't this great? Thanks, everyone. I'm from Bangalore and not a producer. Ignore the handle. Okay. Bangalore is where? Where is that? Matt. I'm sorry. And pardon my ignorance. I don't know where that is. Bangalore. Does anybody know where that is? Awesome blend of people. Absolutely, La Jefa. We get people from all places, you know, and it's great. And I like to have everybody's different input and mindset and people's different experiences. Is in India. Oh, you're in India. Okay. Bangalore, India. Okay. Welcome, Matt. AJ lives in Tennessee. See, we got people from all different area codes and different countries. I love it. It's wonderful to have conversation with you guys. But yeah, you guys, you know, does everybody, okay, I got to ask something, you guys. In my chat, how many people here have children? And if so, how many? I have 4 children. I have 2 girls, 2 boys. And I have my son's girlfriend's custody until she's 18. So I basically have 5. How many people have children? I have children. I already said I have 5 with my son's girlfriend included. Anybody here have children? And fur babies count. Fur babies count. If you have fur babies, those count too. I have fur babies. I have 3 fur babies. 3 cats. I'm going to see what you guys say here. Diversity. Absolutely, La Jefa. I have 4. Bernie has 4 and 5 grandkids. 1 more on the way. Wonderful. Look at that. You grandma, Bernie. Yeah, I wish I had more. 8 children. 5 passed, 3 living, 2 cats, 1 dog. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Laura. Denise, what do you have? How many children do you have? I'm not married. I'm single, no kids. Okay, okay. Laura has one grandson. I was a grandma at 36. Woohoo! Young grandma, listen, I've been telling my kids, all right? I know this is fucked up. I'm telling my kids, listen, I want to be able to enjoy my grandkids. Like, I don't want to be like in my 80s and then trying to hang out with my grandchildren. Like, when are you guys going to give me grandkids? Like, I fuck with them like that. They're like, Ma, like, I'm so glad that they're waiting, though. They're waiting. That's wonderful. A grandma at 36, you still have energy then to deal with your grandkids. And Laura has 3 living children, 2 cats, 1 dog. Yep. And Matthew says he's not married. I'm single, no children. Okay. I have 4 kids, 5 now with my son's girlfriend. So, Denise, you have 1? Do you have 1, Denise? Just 1 son? I'm trying to figure everything. The only reason I'm asking you guys if you have children is because, like, this is a great topic what we were talking about tonight. Like, I mean, like, you don't want to pass that to your kids, because then you pass it to your kids, and then your kids pass it to their kids, which are your grandkids. Like, you don't want to see that shit. We want to cut that shit down. We want to fucking nip it in the ass. We don't want it to be too late. What we were talking about today. This is wonderful. I love that you guys are interacting and talking about it and very welcoming. We have to break the toxic cycles for our kids. Absolutely, Brenny. We do. If we don't do that, then we're at fault through what they go through. Trust me. 3 sons, 2 are step, but they're mine. Absolutely, Denise. I know they're yours. You're a great mama. Lost 1. 9 grandchildren and 2 great. Ooh, Denise has 2 great grandchildren. Look at Denise. 9 grandchildren and 2 great grandchildren. I'm sorry for your loss, Denise. We have to break these cycles, you guys. Whatever the fuck you've been through, bro, and whatever you are currently going through, don't let that shit affect your children. And not only your children. We're not even going to keep it to the kids only, okay? And the grandkids and all this stuff. Your spouses and your boyfriends and your girlfriends and your wives and shit like that. That shit would drive them fucking crazy. You're going to drive your partner, your other half away. You don't want to do that. You want to keep a relationship. You want to do what you got to do. Okay. You don't want to do that. Sorry for your loss, Denise. That's the hardest thing a mother can go through. Absolutely, Bernie. Yes. Okay. That pain you've lived can also push your spouses and your boyfriends and your girlfriends away. Because then you're treating them a certain way. And they're not liking that at all. Okay? They're not liking it. And you're pushing them away. And they're going to eventually leave because they don't want to deal with it anymore. Okay? But most importantly, our children. My baby was my stepson's twin long time ago. I'm sorry to hear that, Denise. That's hard to go through a loss. Losing your children is hard because you expect your children to bury you. You don't expect to bury your children first. And I always empathize and sympathize and hurt with any mother that has to bury their children before their children get to bury them. This is wonderful conversation. I you know what? I love when people come in here and they talk about these things. Not my stepson's twin, my son's. Oh, okay, Denise. Okay, I get it. Yes, Laura, love is love. Well, I appreciate, listen, you guys, if you don't have me on Facebook, because I usually do my announcements on Facebook, sometimes I put them here. You can add me on Facebook. I don't even know if I could chat in here while I'm on you know what? I'm going to text it from the other phone. So you guys can find me on Facebook. And you can add me there. And I can add you. I have my the Unfiltered Corner group over there, and I also make announcements over there. I'm gonna if you guys want to add me, you can add me, and you guys get to Look at me with my live here. I'm gonna text it in the chat, you guys. My Facebook from another account. Oh no, from the Unfiltered Corner account. Hold on a second. You guys can find me on Facebook. Add me. Invite your peoples to come join us on these lives. Because listen, some of these lives are funny. I sometimes invite my children to be my guests. Like, we have a ball sometimes on these. Look, I just texted it in the chat, you guys. You can add me on Facebook. Instagram, I do have Facebook. We're not really active on there. I have an Instagram. I do. And if I'm not mistaken, add me. Listen, if you want, Matt, add me on Facebook and I'll send you my Instagram. And then you can add me on Instagram if that works for you. You know what's funny? I'm not that active on Instagram, but whatever I share on Facebook, it shares directly into Instagram. So basically, I'm still active, as active as I am on Facebook. But yeah, you guys can add me. And you know what? Lately, I've been forgetting to put up my Cash App. I haven't been putting my Cash App on here for those that want to support my channel. I haven't been putting it up because I usually do it from the computer, but I'm doing it from here now. If you guys want to support my channel financially, you can. But being here already, you're supporting me. Okay? Just FYI for you guys. Let me put down my Cash App so you guys can have it. And I also have a Venmo. That's my Cash App, you guys. Hold on. Did I send it? No. That's my Cash App. And I'm going to give you guys Venmo, my Venmo. When I figure out how to put this across the screen, you guys, then you guys can send it there. Or if you guys want to support my channel. Up to you. You guys are here supporting me and I'm happy with that already. Oh, yeah. You guys got to follow Laura, too. She's fucking hilarious. She's talking about her adventure out in Puerto Rico. She lives out in Puerto Rico. You guys definitely have to follow Laura. This is my Venmo. Give you my Venmo now. Yeah, that's my Venmo. That's my Venmo. And I'm giving you guys my email. If you guys need to email me with any topic ideas you guys have, you guys can email me any topic ideas and I'll definitely talk about it. You guys can email me or hit me up on Facebook, however you want to do it. I'm giving you guys my email as well. So you guys can hit me up through there and let me know, hey, would you talk about this? Can you bring up this subject? I would like to talk about this subject. That's my email, you guys. Laura, let them know your page, honey, so they can follow you too, because you're fucking, they can come watch. You guys need to go watch Laura's Adventures in Puerto Rico. She's an American. She, you know, she's Caucasian. She moved out there with her children. She lives out there and she goes live talking about her life on the island, and she takes you guys on little tours and stuff like that, and it's wonderful. And then she's funny as hell too. She got the greatest stories. Denise knows she has the wonderful stories. I don't want to cross a boundary. Me too. That's Denise. That's why I haven't put her page, but Laura can do that if she would like. If Laura wants people to follow her, you guys can go follow her on Facebook, whatever. But she's fucking hilarious. She has good stories for days. Like, she'll sit there and just talk shit and laugh, and she'll take you through the parts of the island when she goes out and she experiences little bars and stuff like that, so you guys can see. She's sharing her adventure and her journey in Puerto Rico with you guys. So if Laura wants to share that, she's more than welcome to put her name on here. We don't want to, like Denise said, I don't want to cross that boundary and have like random people just like following her and shit. But anyways, you guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me, for supporting my channel. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for having good conversation. It was wonderful, each and every one of you guys. And remember, I go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will be setting up a schedule so that way I can give you guys time in between. Maybe like 3 3 nights a week going live. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier on me and it's easier on you guys. Okay. But anyways, I go live at 7 p.m. Eastern time here. Turn on your notifications. When you subscribe, don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and invite your peoples on here. And, you know, turn on your notifications so that way every time I go live, you guys, you know, catch up on my lives. It was a blessing having you guys here. It was great conversation with each and every one of you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. 11. Oh, Brenny says it's 11 a.m. where she is at. Brenny, out here, it is 8:55, girl. It's going to be 9 p.m. Big difference. But yeah, you guys, you know, set up, you know, your times, whatever, 7 p.m. Eastern time, though. So you guys can join me here in the Unfiltered Corner. Again, you guys, thank you for the support. Much love. Thank you for joining me here at the Unfiltered Corner, where it's a judgment-free zone. We get to talk. We get to conversate and talk about things other people don't talk about. Much love for you guys. God bless you guys. Have a good evening. And I see you guys here tomorrow in the Unfiltered Corner at 7 p.m. God bless you guys. Peace. Peace. Brenny, wow, is it getting to be winter there now? God bless you guys. Much love. Good night, guys. And good morning to those that it's morning wherever they're at. Bye, guys.